Okay, let's talk about the Indian wedding, but maybe not in the way you're used to. For just a minute, I want you to forget the music, the ceremonies, all of it, and think about it as something else entirely. Because what we're really looking at is one of the most powerful and yet quietest economic giants in the entire country.
So let's just start with a simple question. When you think about the biggest spending events in India, the moments where the most cash is flowing, what's the first thing that pops into your head?
You're probably thinking about the big festivals, right? I mean, Diwali with all the sales and shopping, that's gotta be number one. Or, hey, maybe it's the massive machine that is Bollywood, pumping out blockbusters all year round.
And if you were to chart that out, you'd probably imagine it looks something like this. You've got Diwali sales way up top, the movie industry is a really solid number two, and weddings, well, yeah, they're a huge expense for families, but compared to these national events, they probably seem a little smaller.
Well, that perception, it's not just a little bit off. It's completely backwards. When you actually look at the real numbers, the entire picture just flips on its head. The Indian wedding economy doesn't just compete with the others, it absolutely towers over them. It's not even close. So, just how big are we talking about here? Let's actually break down the scale of this economic engine because, honestly, the numbers are just staggering. Get this. In just the 45-day peak wedding season, from the beginning of November to the middle of December, India hosts an estimated 4.6 million weddings. I mean, think about that. Millions of huge economic events, all packed into just over a month. And the amount of money spent during that tiny window? A mind-blowing 6.5 lakh crore rupees. This is the number that makes that bar on our chart just shoot through the roof. And to put that number into perspective, that 6.5 lakh crore rupees spent in just the peak wedding season is more than all the Diwali sales combined. And get this, it's not just bigger than the entire annual Bollywood box office, it's nearly 50 times larger. It's just a totally different league. Now, if we bring that massive number down to a more personal level, the average budget for a single modern Indian wedding is sitting at around 40 lakh rupees. But the story really doesn't end with just one family's expenses. You see, the real power of this economy isn't just the final price tag, it's the incredible ripple effect that each wedding creates. Think about it for a second. One wedding isn't just a single purchase. It's like an economic spark plug, firing up business for more than 30 different sectors, all at the exact same time. You have the obvious players, right? Gold and jewelry, hotels, caterers. But then the web just spreads out. You've got designer clothes and tailors, makeup artists and photographers, decorators, transport services, even the temporary staff hired just for the event. Every single one of them gets a piece of that wedding budget. And this incredible reach, this wide net that it casts, gives the wedding market a really fascinating quality. It makes it uniquely resilient. You could almost call it a shock-proof economy. So what does shockproof really mean here? It means this industry is remarkably resistant to all the things that usually shake up an economy. We're talking economic slowdowns, volatile markets, even rising interest rates. This quote from one of the sources we looked at just says it perfectly. The wedding isn't canceled, the budget just gets adjusted. It doesn't matter what's happening in the broader economy. Culturally, the wedding is happening. The event itself doesn't get called off. Families just find a way to adjust the spending. And that reliability is absolutely crucial for countless small and medium-sized businesses and gig workers, especially in India's Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities. The wedding season becomes the most dependable period of cash flow all year. It's a financial lifeline. But, like any massive industry, it's always evolving. So how are the latest trends reshaping the way all this money is actually being spent? Well, there's a really interesting shift happening. We're moving away from the classic big fat wedding with its massive guest list and towards what you might call the premium intimate wedding. Now, things like social media and a new focus on unique experiences are driving this. So guest lists are getting smaller, but the spending per guest is actually going up. The focus is shifting from quantity to quality. People want premium decor, they want a curated experience. The total spend isn't really going down, it's just getting more concentrated. So when you put this all together, what's the big takeaway? It's that the Indian wedding is so much more than just a celebration. At its core, the modern Indian wedding is a quiet but incredibly powerful consumption machine. It's this non-negotiable cultural event that reliably fuels a massive and diverse economic web, year after year, no matter what.
And that leaves us with one final thought to chew on. As this trend continues, as experiences become the new luxury over just having a big party, will this silent economic engine only get more powerful? It's a pretty fascinating question to think about.